class. In this session, we are going to start the new topic we have, and its integration. We had completed all the subtopics of differentiation, and integration and differentiation are reverse functions of one another. Like in the previous classes, if I mentioned that the reverse function of positive is negative, the reverse function of square root is squaring, right? Similarly, the reverse function of differentiation is integration, and that is a symbol of integration we are going to apply. All right. So we have two types of integrations. One is definite and the other one is indefinite integral. The difference between these two, while we are talking about indefinite integral, so there are no limits attached to the sign of integration. But when we talk about definite integral, so we need to apply limits in the definite integral. Alright. In indefinite integral, at the end of the solution, we always have a constant c, always, in every question of indefinite integral. But in definite integral, there is no sign of constant present in the answer. Alright. Now, when we talk about differentiation, let's suppose if I have a question y is equals to 6x squared plus 3x, and I need the derivative. So we have learned that dy over dx is equals to, it will be 12x plus 3, right? That part we had covered in the topic differentiation, that first we need to write down the power and then subtract 1 from the power and then the derivative of the function. Similarly here, the derivative of 3x will be 3 only. So how we are going to integrate any function? So let's start with the basic one. Let's suppose that we have a function x square and you need to integrate that function. Alright. So the principle or the rule to integrate any function is step number 1, add positive 1 in power. Alright, step number 1. Step number 2, divide it by whole power. Alright, so if you see, we have x square dx. The integrate of x square is what we had decided here, that we need to add 1 in the power, so it will be x 2 plus 1 and divided by whole power. So whole power is 2 plus 1, and since we are dealing with indefinite integral, so we need to introduce a constant, and that is c. The final answer we have is x power cube divided by 3 plus c. That is your integration. Now if you remember that while studying the differentiation, what we done, we subtract 1 from the power, and in integration we are adding 1 in the power. So they are two reverse functions, right? The reciprocal functions they are, and what we had done in the differentiation, we need to do opposite in the integration. Now the very important step is the first one, derivative of function must be present. Now that step is quite important, because if you understand the concept of this first step, then there is no need to learn any working formula. Alright, and I will explain this step later, but that is the first and the basic step, and how we are going to apply it, don't worry about it, I will explain. But before that, let me write you some examples. So firstly, we need to apply the concept of integration, that how we integrate any function, we need to add 1 in the power and then divide it by whole power. So that is an example from your book, find y if dy by dx. Now for the first part, it says that dy over dx is given and this is equals to 3x cubed. We need to find out y only, right? So we need to eliminate the sign of d over dx, right? If I write in this form, dy is equals to 3x cubed, and this dx, when you shift on the right side, it will be dx. And after that, we are ready to integrate the function. So I apply the sign of integrate on both sides. On my left side, integrate and differentiation cancel, so the leftover part is y is equals to 3 act as a coefficient, it will be outside the sign of integration, and now we need to integrate that function. So what the steps are, add 1 in the power. So currently the power is 3, it will be at 1, that means it's 4, divided by total power, it's 4, and the constant c, because it's a indefinite integral. So now it will be 3x 4 divided by 4 plus c, and that is the value of y. Alright, so the steps are quite simple, that you need to add 1 in the power and then divide it by whole power. Moving on to the next part, B. In this question it says dy over dx is equals to 1 divided by x square. Now before starting integration, I need to arrange my equation. So it will be, if I shift it in the numerator, power changes its sign, so it will be x to the power minus 2. On the left side we have dy, and when I shift dx on the right side, it will be dx. Function is ready to integrate. I will apply integration on both sides. So on my left side it's y only, on my right side it will be x minus 2 plus 1, right? We need to add plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1 and then plus c. Keep in mind that you need to focus on this c. If you forget this c in the indefinite integral, it will be deducted in your marks. The final answer I got is x power minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c. I can write in this way, that minus 1 over x plus c, that is my y. Alright. Before proceeding for the next question, what you need to do, you need to write down this all solutions example in your copy, and you have a time of 2 minutes to note it down completely, and then I will start the book question. So start. Alright, done? Okay. It's exercise 20.1, question number 1. It is very much similar to the example questions that we had done it. Uh, Find an expression for y if dy by dx in each of the following is: for part A, dy over dx we have is equals to 2x to the power cube. So give it a try first, and for this part you have a time of 40 seconds, so start. All right. So first step, we need to arrange it. So if I say that ty is equals to 2x cube and it's dx, right? And now we can apply the sign of integration. So now it's y is equals to 2. The integral of x cube, it's x4 divided by 4, and then no need to forget plus c here. So the final answer, it's x4 divided by 2 plus c, that is your function y. Alright. Similarly, if we talk about part B, and we have dy over dx is equals to -5. Now, when we talk about differentiation, we had mentioned that the differentiation of constant is 0, but in integration, the integral of constant or any number, any constant, it will be 5x plus, right? So that is the reciprocal of differentiation. In differentiation, the derivative of constant is 0, but in integration, the integral of constant is not 0. So it will be dy is equals to -5 and dx. Apply the sign of integration. So it's y is equals to -5, integral of dx is x plus c. That is your answer. Alright, similarly for part C, it says that dy over dx is equals to under root x. If I simplify the equation, dy over dx is equals to x to the power 1 upon 2, right? Under root sign means x to the power 1 upon 2, and now it will be dy is equals to x to the power 1 upon 2 and dx. We need to apply integral on both sides. So y is equals to, now x power 1 upon 2, and we need to add 1. So it will be x to the power 1 upon 2 plus 1 divided by 1 upon 2 plus 1 and then plus c. So what we got is power 1 upon 2 plus 1 is 3 upon 2 divided by 3 upon 2 plus c. So if we simplify it, it will be 2 upon 3 x to the power 3 upon 2 plus c. That is your answer. Alright, and after that, moving on to the next part, it's D. Alright, in D part it says that -1 divided by x square is equals to dy over dx. You need to find out the value of y. So first you need to note down the solution of part B and C, and then you need to start part D here. And for these three parts you have a time of 2.5 minutes. So start. Alright, so if I arrange it first, I can say that dy over dx is equals to minus x की power minus 2. Alright, I shift the base in the numerator and now my function is ready to integrate. So it's y is equals to minus x power minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c. And you can say that it's x power minus 1 plus c, that is equals to 1 upon x plus c, and that is your answer. Alright, so moving towards the next question, it's question number 2. I hope that all of you have a clear idea of question number 1, that how we integrate any function and we need to apply plus c when we are doing indefinite integrate. So it's question number 2. I'll begin with the part A. For y, find y if dy over dx is equals to 6x plus 3. So that will be equals to dy equals to 6x plus 3 and dx, right? This dx will be multiplied with both of them. So I can say that is 6x dx plus 3 times dx equals to dy. Now my function is ready to integrate, so I will apply the sign of integration. And now it will be equals to y equals to 6. The integral of x is x square divided by 2 plus integral of constant, that is 1, it's 3 times x, and we need to apply plus c here. The final answer is 3x square plus 3x plus c, that is the function y we have, and it's your final answer. Alright, after that you need to start from part C. It's dy over dx equals to 3x times x plus 2. So what you need to do first, we need to note down the solution of part A and then start part C, and for these two parts you have a time of 2 minutes, so start. Alright, so firstly I will multiply the equation, so it's dy by dx equals to 3x square plus 2 3s are 6x. After that dy equals to dx will be written with both of them as we had done here, so it's 3x square dx plus 6x dx. Alright, and after that we can say that it's y equals to 3. Integral of x square, it's x cube divided by 3 plus integral of x is x square upon 2 and then plus c, and lastly we can say that 3 and 3 cancel, x cube plus 3x square plus c equals to y, and that is your answer. After that, moving towards the next one, it's part D. Dy over dx is equals to x minus 1 and x plus 2. First, multiply these two brackets and then start your solution, and you have a time of 90 seconds, so start. Alright, so firstly I need to multiply it. It will be x square plus 2x minus 2, x square plus x minus 2 equals to dy over dx. Dy equals to x square dx plus x dx minus 2 dx. Function is ready to integrate. When I shift dx on the right side, it will be multiplied with all of them like we had done in the first part, right? And now function is ready to integrate, so integrate and integrate, right? The integral of x square is x cube over 3. Integral of x is x square upon 2, and the integral of constant is 2x, and we need to apply plus c, that is my function y. Alright, moving towards the next book question. It's question number 3. Alright, integrate with respect to x. So the first function we have, it's x square plus 1 divided by x square. Alright, and we need to just integrate it. So firstly I will arrange the equation, so it's x square plus this x square, when I shift it in the numerator, that will be x to the power minus 2. Alright, and then we are going to start with the integration. So what do you think the integrate of this part will be? Just give it a try, and you have a time of 40 seconds for this part, and then I will explain, so start. Alright, So the difference integration, it will be the integral of x square, it will be x cube over 3 plus the integral of x power minus 2, it will be x minus 2 plus 1, it's minus 1 over minus 1, and then we need to introduce the constant. So it will be x cube over 3 plus minus is minus x power minus 1, that will be 1 over x, and we have plus c. So that is your integration. If you had done the same steps, then it is very good, because now you are getting the concept. Alright. For part B, we have a question x square plus 1 divided by 2x square. Keep in mind that whenever you got a question of integration, first solve or simplify your equation, then start with the integration, right? So in this question, if I need to simplify the equation, so I can say that it's x square divided by 2x square plus 1 divided by 2x square. What I did here is separation of LCM. 2x square is basically present in the denominator of x square and 1. So I write 2x square separately with both of them. And the benefit to write in this form is x square and x square cancels. So that will be 1 over 2 only plus. Here I will leave 1 over 2 as it is, but x square I will shift it in the numerator. So the benefit is now the function is ready to integrate, and I will apply the sign of integrate here. Integrate of constant, it will be 1 upon 2 times x plus 1 upon 2. Integrate of x power minus 2, it will be x power minus 1 over minus 1 and then plus c. If I simplify it, so it's x upon 2 minus 1 over 2x plus c. Why x in the denominator? Because you have negative power, and when you switch your power in the denominator, it will change its sign. So that is your answer. I hope that it is clear to you. Moving on to the next part, it's part D. It says root x times under root x plus 3. Alright. So firstly, like I said in the previous question, that first you need to simplify your equations or question. So root x times root x, it will be x only, plus root x into 3, it's 3 under root x. Or I can say that it's x plus 3x to the power 1 over 2. And now I will apply the integration here. The integral of x, it will be x square divided by 2 plus 3. Integral of x power 1 upon 2, it's x power 1 upon 2 plus 1, 1 upon 2 plus 1 and plus c. So it will be x square upon 2 plus 3. X to the power 1 upon 2 plus 1, it's 3 divided by 2 divided by 3 divided by 2 plus c. X square upon 2 plus this 2 multiplies with 3 here, so it's 6, or we can say that 3 and 3 cancels, so 2 will be in the numerator, 2x to the power 3 upon 2 plus c. Alright, so I hope that it is clear to you, and what you need to do, you need to write down the solution in your copy, and you have a time of 1 minute, so start. After that, moving towards the next question, it's question number 4. Given that a and b are constants, integers integrate with respect to x. For first part, it's ax plus b. If I'm going to integrate that function, so it's very simple. It will be a integral of x square is x square over 2 plus b is a constant, and the integrate of constant is bx, and we need to introduce the constant c here. So that is your first part, integration. So why don't you give it a try for part B, and you have a time of 40 seconds to find out the integration, and then I will start to begin. Alright, so when you integrate that function, so the integral of a, it's ax minus b, integral of x square is x cube over 3 and then plus c. Alright, then I hope that you are getting the same answer. And after that, we have question number 5. It has 4 parts and we are going to attempt 2 of them. And firstly, I will start with 5 part B. Part B, it says integral of x4 minus 1 over x square dx, right? We need to integrate it, but before that we need to simplify it. So I can say that it's x4 minus, when we shift x square in the numerator, so it will be x to the power minus 2 and dx in sign of integral present. Now the function is ready to integrate. So the integral of x4, it's x5 divided by 5 minus integral of x power minus 2, it's x minus 2 plus 1, it's minus 1 divided by minus 1 and then plus c. So the final answer, it will be x5 divided by 5 minus minus plus 1 over x, because x is minus 1, so I shift it in the denominator, and plus c. So that is your answer. Time is 30 seconds to note it down in your copy. So start. Alright, so we had done with the part B. Now what you need to do, first try part A. Alright, and part A is what? 2 plus 4x minus 3x square and dx. So you have a time of 60 seconds to give it a try. Start. Alright, so what I expect that you have done is that the integral of 2, it will be 2x, integral of 4x, it's 4x square divided by 2 minus integral of x cube, it's x cube divided by 3 and then a constant c. So these two cancel, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. So the final answer is 2x plus 2x square minus x cube plus c. That is your final answer. After that, part C is what you need to give it a try as your homework. Alright, and we will start with part B now. Part B. It says integral of x plus 1 divided by under root x dx. So give it a try first, think about it. I am giving you the time of 90 seconds, but the hint is you need to simplify the equation before start its integration. So give it a try, start. Alright, so before integration, what I will do, I will simplify the equation. So it's x divided by under root x means x power 1 upon 2 plus 1 divided by x power 1 upon 2 dx. I didn't start the integration, but I simplify the equation first. So now we have same bases and different powers, so we can simplify the power. In the numerator we have x power 1. This 1 upon 2 will shift in the numerator, it will change its sign, it's minus 1 upon 2 plus x to the power minus 1 upon 2 and dx. Now my equation is simplified and it's ready to integrate if I solve the power here. So now the leftover is x 1 minus 1 upon 2, it's 1 upon 2 plus x minus 1 upon 2 dx. Now it is ready. X to the power 1 upon 2 and we need to add 1, so it will be 1 upon 2 plus 1 plus x to the power minus 1 upon 2 plus 1, it's 1 upon 2 divided by 1 upon 2. Alright, minus 1 upon 2 plus 1, it's 1 upon 2, and then plus c we have. So the final it will be x to the power 3 upon 2 divided by 3 upon 2 plus x to the power 1 upon 2, and this 2 will be in the numerator, and the final it will be 2 over 3 x to the power 3 upon 2 plus 2x to the power 1 upon 2 plus c. Alright, so that is your final answer. So what I did give you as a homework is question number 5 part C, and the second is question number 3 part C. These two are your homework question, and I think that it is quite enough for today class. What we learned today is how to integrate the function, and keep in mind that I didn't tell you about the first point that we had discussed in the beginning. Alright, and this part hopefully will be covered in the next session. So make sure to complete your homework to practice the initial questions of integration, and it will be good if you start practicing from the beginning, so you won't face problem at the end of this topic while we will be doing the past papers. All right, so see you in next class. Take care and Allah.